So I'm going to share exactly how I would make my first 5 to 10K in the next 60 days as a complete beginner. And now this is coming from someone who spent over 2 years working without even getting close to 10K a month. I think my biggest month was like 4.5K in 2 years. And I tried lots of things. I tried so many different things. And today I want to break down not only the easiest, but probably the fastest way that you can make 5 to 10K in the next 60 days. And this isn't going to be like you make it, then you have to find something else. This is going to be recurring. This is going to be how you can actually build an online income so that you can live wherever you want in the world. You can have that freedom, you can do what you want, live life on your terms, which is kind of what we want to do, isn't it? So let's get into it. I'm going to assume that you are a beginner, or you haven't got a set business that is generating a decent amount of money. By a decent amount of money, let's say over 10K a month, all right? Whilst you're still in that area, you're still figuring things out, you're still testing things, you're trying loads of different business models. Trust me, I've been there, but take hope in the fact that this is the most difficult bit. Like, how good is that feeling that you are going through the most difficult bit? Everything after 10K a month and beyond is easy. You're kind of just repeating the same things, you're scaling, you're hiring, like figuring out what it is that's going to actually take you to that lifestyle that you want is what's difficult. But that's a good thing, because right now you're in that difficult part. It doesn't get more difficult than where you are right now. So here is the next 60 days for you. You're going to start off looking at creators with small to medium sized audiences, primarily YouTube, I would say. Now, this is because YouTube, the audiences normally have a good connection, okay? YouTube is long form. If you follow someone like on TikTok or something like where short form content, then the audience doesn't really have a relationship with or a connection with that creator. Whereas on YouTube, like if you watch someone like a lot of their content, like long form, then you build a connection. It's like why people watch Joe Rogan podcasts. He's got so much content out there which gives you a fairly good, maybe not connection, but a good insight into who that person is. I guess you do build that connection. So you're going to find content creators on YouTube that have, let's say, between 5K and 50K subscribers, all right? Fairly small sized audience, all right? And the reason you're doing this is because they most likely have not got the money side of things dialed in. Yeah, if they've got between 5 and 50,000 subscribers, then they've kind of got that proof of concept in the market. They've got a bit of an audience. They're starting to figure things out, okay? They're growing. And you also have a huge upside potential, because if they keep growing and you get in with them at the early stages, then you can be with them for 100K, 500,000 subs, 1 million subs, 10 million subs, and you were there since day one, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to find these creators in a niche that you enjoy, okay? And I don't mean like, oh, self-improvement, because there's fucking loads of them, all right? Something you enjoy, biohacking, cooking, guitars, like whatever it is, something that you actually enjoy working with, you like watching their content maybe. So find that creator, or find multiple creators actually, that's the best way to do this. It doesn't have to be one niche. If you have a few things that you're interested in, like biohacking, like martial arts, guitar, and travel. Let's say you go for those. All right, try find 10 creators minimum per each category. And what you're going to do is you're going to drop them a message, all right? Usually on Instagram, because this is probably the best way to do this. Now, if you don't know how to set up an Instagram account, then check out yesterday's video. I'll walk you through exactly how to set up a good Instagram account so that when you are doing this outreach, you're not just getting left on red, all right? You are actually showing who you are as a person. You're not being cringy or dorky, which is what 99% of the people do. Like if you looked in my Instagram DM requests, it's full of dorks, all right? They don't know how to do this, and they didn't watch yesterday's video. So you're going to watch yesterday's video, you're going to clean up your Instagram, make sure that it's legit, and you're going to follow the protocols that I talked through in yesterday's video, and you're going to start messaging these people. You're not going to be like, hey bro, I've got this thing to sell you, pay me money, all right? You're going to build a connection with them, and the number one way that I know to do this is by replying to their Instagram stories, all right? You want people who are fairly active on Instagram, because people who are active on Instagram, they're probably more involved or more engaged in their personal brand, and that's what you want when working with a creator. This is exactly how I did it with Jack and became Jack Hopkins' business partner like 18 months ago now. Like, we had that connection, and I knew that he had huge upside potential, and I had a specific set of skills that could be valuable to him. So you're going to outreach these people, and all you're going to do is you're going to reply to their Instagram stories, and you're not going to talk about business. You're not going to talk about their work. If they're out for a steak, comment, bro, that steak looks sick. Whereabouts is that? Or if they're traveling, oh man, that place looks dope. Really want to go there this year. Or if they're training leg day, be like, oh bro, what's your leg day? I need to up the intensity of mine. Just something like that, where it's like, oh, it's just a genuine question, right? And then you're just going to have a conversation with them. Now the key here is actually find out what this person is like. Are they aligned with who you are as a person? Do they have like the right mindset? Are they cool? Do you get along with them? Play the long game here. We're not just like, boom, I need to sell a guy today. It's like, how can I build relationships with people in the next 60 days? Because that's going to be worth way more than just like, oh, I've got this fucking thing to sell you, which is what I get all the time, which is what any creator gets all the time. So you're going to build a connection with them. You're going to build a relationship. You're not going to talk about any business at all right? And then further down the line, when you've got like a couple of weeks go by, you've been chatting a fair bit, then you're going to start looking at what they do for work. Then you're going to be like, right, this guy's got a training program, he's got a school community, but he hasn't got a high ticket offer. I wonder why that is. Then you're just going to start to slowly bring that up in conversation. Maybe even join their communities. I think that's a really valuable way, because you're showing that you are invested in them as a creator. Yeah, it might cost you $40 a month, but if that $40 a month turns you like 5 to 10K a month further down the line, then it's a fucking good investment to make. All right. So you spend the first 2 weeks building these relationships, you're chatting to them, you're joining their school communities, and you're finding the ones who not only like you, but also who you like. All right. That's the key here. If I was to work with someone like, let's say I didn't really like Jack, which is ridiculous, everyone likes him, then it would be like, oh, this is just business. And that's a completely wrong way to think about it. Like, Jack's one of my best friends now. And like, even if he didn't pay me, I'd be like, I want to help you grow. I want to help you succeed, because that's what a friend does. So you're going to build this friendship with them. You're going to add value to their lives. If they don't have a high ticket offer, but you see other people in their niche with a high ticket offer who are more successful than them, send their profile. Oh, hey man, I've seen this guy doing high ticket offer. Send them the other guys, like the competitors' sales page, like their funnels, their webinars, and be like, oh, hey bro, I've noticed these guys are doing this. I think this will be really valuable for you. You've got a lot of people in your community. You could make a lot more money through this high ticket thing. And then start to send them ideas. Their competitors. Send them ideas on webinars. Send them value. Okay, how could you help them? It's very, how can I say? This market is growing hugely. Content creators are popping up everywhere, all right? And yes, there are a lot of them who are failing, but there's a lot of them who are making it, okay? A lot of these guys are building big audiences, but they don't know how to monetize that. And this is where you come in. It doesn't take a lot. If they have an engaged audience, but they don't have a decent way of making money from that audience, it's very easy to just help them set that up. All you need to learn is webinars, email marketing, how to create a decent sales funnel, how to create a decent product. Like, it's fairly simple when you think about it. Just look at what their competitors are doing, who are doing very well, and be like, hey bro, this guy's pulling in $500,000 a month. I think this would be really valuable to you. I've made this Loom video over, like, walking you through the exact steps, what you need to do. Go do it. Don't say, hey bro, I've made this Loom video, I'd really like to work with you. Again, you're a friend. You're a friend to these guys. All you are saying is, I want to help you, okay? You can take that information, you can work with it, but if you spend the first 2 weeks building this relationship and not talking about business for a while, then they'll take that on board like you take on advice from a friend, okay? If I was to take advice from every person that DM me on Instagram, I'd be all over the place. I only take advice from people that I know and trust. So you need to build that knowing and that trust, that relationship essentially. And then what you're going to do is you're going to help them monetize their audience. Now I've got videos on my channel about this. I can't remember the titles, just go look through it. Don't be lazy. And all you need to learn is how to set up a webinar, sales funnel, email marketing, how to create a good info product, and you're pretty much like 80% of the way there. You don't need to become absolutely perfect at this. You just need to get them on board with the idea, okay? And yes, some people will say no. That's fine. This is why you're going through 10 people minimum of each category that you're interested in, okay? And think about this. You don't have to set up your business. You don't have to do your own content. You don't have to build your own offers or your own personal brand. You are just leveraging someone else's, okay? It's a very valuable thing to do. And most of these content creators, they don't want to be focusing on the business, on the marketing, on the emails, on the sales funnels. They just want to be creating content, doing what they love. So if they can have a business partner like yourself who can take over all of these things, you become such an asset, okay? And that is what you should do. If you haven't got that business yet, if you haven't got that 10K a month, or you're still figuring out what to do, then try this for 60 days. Just start with it. And yes, watch yesterday's video about creating a sick personal brand on Instagram that's actually going to get you replies, it's going to improve your network, it's going to improve every aspect of your life. All right. So I hope you've liked this video, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. I hope you're feeling on top of the world.